Truth whispered low where symbols once had sung, its voice unmet unless through action flung. Integrity stood firm with art beside, where word and deed and spirit coincide. But silence crept into the public stream, the media's echoes stripped of any dream. Censors wove masks over what we knew, disconnect choked what the soul once grew. So change began, not loud but sharp and bright. A spark of thought lit up the scholar's night. Their wisdom danced with crowds in growing cheer, enthusiasm drove invention near. Yet truth, once twisted, fed the hunger more, and propaganda carved its mouth with law. When leaders fell, their names by shadows kept. The trust dissolved, and restless cities wept. So ethics rose, old roots beneath the dust, and built new courts from soil laced with trust. With justice clear, the people's hearts were drawn. A system built where night could not outdawn. Still, voices choked by fear or walls too tall bled color out from murals on the wall. With silence ruling art and breath alike, culture decayed beneath the censor's strike. Yet chaos held a secret in its grip. The rawest data passed from hand to chip. Stored in clouds, it churned through math and scale till insight shaped a soul within the veil. But those who looked back saw the sacred torn, no reverence left for children not yet born. Without a care for loss or moral thread, their future faded, blind and overfed. Then vision called to those still standing clear, a map to guide what only few could steer. With strategy, the dream became a path, and from that blend came impact built to last. But flags grew fierce, and borders turned to chains. The tribal gods brought back ancestral pains. When purpose shrank to bloodlines and to pride, the planet sighed where harmony had died. Still values met with policy refined, and youth took root in plans their kin designed. When growth aligned with what the past had meant, the culture's pulse turned wisdom into scent. Yet lost we stood when guides and schools withdrew, no voice to shape the many into few. Without a name or legacy to guard, identity became a field left charred. But networks glowed, their tendrils full of light, and insight crossed the artificial night. With hearts attuned, we saw the veil divide, and woke within a unified inside. But code without a compass spun askew, and leaders floated with no grounded view. The crowd dispersed, unsure of where to stand, with no one left to take a guiding hand, till minds and motion found a place to meet, and technology with conscience grew in beat. The shaping of our thoughts, our acts, our lore, together sang the soul's forgotten score. Still war returned in gleaming plastic guise, a power blind to every mother's cries. Detached from heart, from memory, from grace, it sought control but never found its place. So tech and steel rose tall with great acclaim, yet hollow rang the triumph with no name. Without a star to guide the work we did, our tools became a gleaming coffin lid. And civic courage, once a sacred seed, with empathy grew rare as ancient creed. But those who watched with open eyes could see that governance begins with awe and plea. Then, from the dust, resilience held its post, linked to the aid that mattered to us most. Sustainability became the song, a bond between the broken and the strong. But trust dissolved again beneath the weight. With safety lost, the people turned to fate. Without the thread of hope or shield of care, the streets went quiet, empty, cracked and bare. Despair became the altar of the day, where love lay still, its remnants locked away. Without the pulse of purpose or design, the sacred dies, no whisper of divine. Yet joy returns in hands that dared to mend, and faith and justice wed, no longer rend. Humanity reclaims its radiant crown, where dignity and joy can both resound.